Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Balboa Stadium here in San Diego, California for tonight's matchup between the Scripps Ranch Falcons and the St. Augustine Saints, an Eastern League tussle this evening that features two quarterbacks facing off against each other who are brothers. Tate Forcier, the sophomore quarterback for the Scripps Ranch Falcons, Chris Forcier, the senior quarterback for the St. Augustine Saints, and we thought here on our staff on KBCSports.com, then why not have a couple of brothers broadcast the football game this evening? And so Doug Kurtz, who's an analyst for us and has been for a number of years now and has also done play-by-play for St. Augustine football, on the microphone with me this evening. And Doug, we know a thing or two about friendly brotherly rivalry over the course of the last 30-plus years now, and Tate and Chris facing off in a very publicized atmosphere this evening. Already an article in the Union Tribune this week about the brothers. A lot of people here tonight to watch these two face off.
Yeah, and Jeff, one of the rare opportunities for both of these guys to square off against each other, Jeff, in formal play. Chris is a senior, Tate's only a sophomore, and this is going to be possibly the only time they match up in high school football. And, they probably played quite a bit, in the backyard and out on the ball fields growing up, but this is a milestone for these two tonight.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the equivalent at the NFL level would be when Peyton Manning and Eli Manning went up against
Manning
each other.
Bowl. I guess we've got the Forcier Bowl tonight. And actually, I expect fireworks from both of these guys. These are both excellent quarterbacks. Jeff, very similar stats between the two. Chris Forcier has about 200 more yards passing so far this year, but Tate has one more touchdown, 14 to Chris's 13. But they both are electric, not only throwing the ball, but keeping the ball on the ground and running themselves.
Yeah, it seems to be a trade in the Forcier family, what with brother Jason, who quarterbacked here at St. Augustine his senior season, now the number 2 quarterback at the University of Michigan. Chris Forcier heading to UCLA after his senior year with St. Augustine, the quarterback for the Bruins. And then Tate Forcier, well, it remains to be seen, just a sophomore leading a Falcons squad. The Doug is improved over the course of this season. They come into the game 6-1 tonight.
Yeah, and it's Jeff, it's a 6-1 record that we really don't know a whole lot about them. They haven't played a team of St. Augustine's caliber yet this season, and they finished the season with St. Augustine, Mira Mesa, and Cathedral, the 3 toughest teams in their league. So really, by the end of the year, we'll really know how good the Scripps Ranch team it really is, and tonight will be our first window into how good this team could be.
Meanwhile, St. Augustine, the defending Division III CIF champions, Scripps Ranch at the Division II level, come into the ball game 4-3, 3 losses, a couple of tough ones to Ramona and Mira Mesa. Doug, the Mira Mesa game you covered, their most recent loss.
Yeah,
last
really
week, though, they beat Patrick Henry.
Yeah, I really think the Mira Mesa game was a game, Jeff, that the team and the fans did not expect to lose. And, 3 losses for St. Augustine, a lot of people, that's unacceptable. So they have to come out here, they have to finish strong against, obviously, Scripps Ranch in a tough Cathedral matchup, which is always a big rivalry. So they would love to end the season with only 3 losses, but this is almost a must-win game for both of these teams, especially if they have aspirations of winning their league.
Yeah, right now Mira Mesa in the driver's seat, undefeated. Scripps Ranch will play the Marauders at the end of the year. Next week, Scripps Ranch has Cathedral. Meanwhile, St. Augustine plays Morse next week and finishes the year November 9th with the Cathedral Dons in a game that we'll have live for you on KBCSports.com. We're moments away from the kickoff. Doug, your expectations for the ball game this evening?
I'd say, Jeff, both teams are going to be able to move the ball. I look for a lot of scoring. I think that one team, Jeff, could get off to a hot start and get an early advantage by moving down the field on an opening drive and scoring. And who knows, the big key for St. Augustine, Jeff, is finish the game strong. They had a really evenly matched game against Mira Mesa, but the last couple drives of that game, the Mira Mesa offensive line was pushing the ball forward. They were getting big runs up the middle, and St. Augustine just got worn out in that ball game. They can't afford to do that in this game. They have superior top-to-bottom talent. They just got to play well and execute well.
Scripps Ranch will be going left to right in this football game. They are wearing the white jerseys with the blue helmets, the blue striping on the white pants, the blue lettering. St. Augustine, the home purple with the gold helmets, white pants, the purple striping on the pants, and the white lettering. The Saints will be going from right to left. St. Augustine will be kicking off to start the football game. And they are setting up right now as, again, we're moments away from the start of this football game. St. Augustine will likely fake an onside kick, as they are wont to do, but they'll drop one down on you from time to time. Haven't seen it in the games that I've personally covered with St. Augustine this year, but
Coach Ralph is an aggressive coach, but I don't think he's going to use that option unless he absolutely has to in a ball game, Jeff.
As the teams, that's what we were missing, the football. Bringing it out on the field, the kicker, number 26, Anthony Barrick. Barrick will be kicking off from his own 40, going right to left. 4 other games going on right now on our website. We've got another one starting at 7:30. Invite you to flip around at halftime if you'd like here of this ball game, a 15-minute halftime intermission. It's senior night here. Players getting introduced with their parents right before the start of the football game. And at halftime, senior cheerleaders, the water girls, the cross-country team being announced. As though this isn't the last home game for St. Augustine, that's against Cathedral, but that'll be at Southwestern College. Barrick ready to kick the ball off, the return man for the Falcons. Await at the 10-yard line. And we are underway. Barrick kicks it deep, but it's returnable from the 3-yard line. Heading up the middle, number 9, Brian Russell, across the 15, bouncing to the outside 20, trying to get to the corner near side. 25, a face mask penalty as well, and Russell is taken down at the 29-yard line, but getting a piece of the face mask was number 34, Manny Celadon, and it's just a function of this is going to be a 5-yard inadvertent face mask or a 15-yard personal foul tacked on to the end of the run.
Well, Jeff, it was pretty blatant, so I wouldn't be surprised if they go for the 15 here, and that would mean excellent field position for Scripps Ranch. It'll be from the spot of the foul.
And it is a personal foul, Doug, a 15-yard face mask on the kickoff against the St. Augustine Saints. So from the spot of the penalty, the 26-yard line, that'll give the Falcons very good field position around the 41. We'll see where the officials finally come to a halt 11 seconds into the football game, and the Falcons are going to be working with a short field.
Yeah, Tate Forcier, Jeff, out on the field now. He is fired up for this ball game, probably a little bit more so than his brother Chris. He's got the opening drive here. You've got a lot of adrenaline and energy. He's got to settle down, though, go back in the pocket, and when he goes back and makes smart decisions, be focused, and be able to execute here. Let's see how he does on the first couple of snaps.
The officials mark it at the 44-yard line. Head coach Sergio Diaz says they'll go 4 wide, 5 wide. They'll do a West Coast pro style with 2 backs in the backfield. They're going to start in the shotgun with Forcier. Andres Torres to his left, 2 receivers either side. Saints showing blitzed. Forcier takes a snap, rolling left on first down. Looks like
a lot of room to
run. He does, across the 45 midfield and out of bounds at the St. Augustine 44-yard line. Well, Doug, this is our first look at Tate Forcier. He is supposed to be, according to his brothers, the best of the 3 of them. Just a sophomore, but immediately showing he is very fast.
Well, and adjustments immediately need to be made for the Saints defense. Great push up the middle by the Saints defensive pass rush, but they flushed him to the far left side. He had a ton of room. There was nobody who was shadowing Forcier.
Well, certainly the St. Augustine defender is used to staring at Chris, and they should be used to this. We'll see how they do defensively. Man in motion left to right. 3 receivers near side for the Falcons, 1 to the far side. Forcier takes a snap out of the shotgun, drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, rolling left, sets up, throws underneath. Pass complete and out of bounds to Alex McClelland, and then we may have a late hit tacked on to the end of that as McClelland was maybe a step or 2 out of bounds, and the Saints gave an extra shove, and we'll see if there's a penalty marker on the far side of the football field.
Well, Scripps Ranch, Jeff, is doing a very good job of stretching out the field. With all these wideouts, the Saints are having a tough time not only covering 4 men out in the pattern, but then shadowing the quarterback. Forcier, again, moving and being able to create some confusion in the secondary by his own rollout, and then finds the open man.
That is a personal foul against St. Augustine. They're second in the first 28 seconds of the football game. The ball was out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Add 15 to that, and now Scripps Ranch in great shape at the 19 of St. Augustine on their opening drive, Doug. And
only 28 seconds into this ball game.
Wow.
Yeah, and Jeff, there will be a lot of scoring tonight, but Scripps Ranch could really get an early, not only an early lead, but an early advantage by moving the ball down the field.
Forcier in the shotgun, puts Torres to his right-hand side. 3 receivers to the short side, the far side of the field, 1 to the near side. Back to pass Forcier, now going to roll to his right, looking underneath, throws into the end zone, and it's going to be knocked down, almost intercepted by number 35, Chris Rinder, who stepped right in front of the very tall 6'6" Bobby Parker and almost pulled it in, but then dropped the football at the goal line.
Jeff Tate Forcier rolling to his right, has the open man, spots him coming back over the middle from the left to the right, and he threw the ball across his body, and he threw it behind his receiver, almost intercepted.
Forcier now going to go under center for the first time. A tight end to the right-hand side, receiver near side to far side. One back in the backfield, Torres, who's going to get the handoff on second down and 10. Torres is going to take it down to the 15-yard line, maybe the 14, and give him 5 yards on that carry. Third down and 5 for the Falcons.
Well, Andre Torres, Jeff, the senior, we thought he was injured. He's in the ball game.
Actually, that was Brennan Clay who had the injury,
the
freshman running back who started this year for Scripps Ranch, and Torres, the backup in. He's been getting some ample playing time here in the latter half of the season. He gets the handoff on 3rd and 5 over right guard, and the Saints are going to stop him for no gain. We have a penalty marker that also flew in from the near sideline. Doug, you have the officials for tonight's ball game.
Yes, the officials for tonight's game. The referee is Chris Wiggins, umpire Vaughn Johnson, head linesman Marlo Fitzgerald. The line judge is Bob Floquet, and the back judge Sean Simowitz, who's up here visiting with us before the ball game.
That penalty marker going against, well, the official's still sorting it out. It's at the 14-yard line. It's holding against the Falcons will be declined because the Saints stopped Torres for no gain. So the drive will stall for the Falcons at the St. Augustine 14-yard line, and now the field goal unit on for the Falcons. It will be a 31-yard opportunity.
I was a little bit surprised that Scripps Ranch moves the ball down the field by throwing the ball or rolling Forcier out. And then they get to the 15-yard line, and then they run twice on 2nd and 3rd down. Both 2nd and long, 3rd and long. They run up the middle, and it doesn't work out for them.
Shaheen Porfala on for the 31-yard try. The holder, Bobby Parker. The snap, a good one. Porfala's kick, plenty of leg on it. And it's good, just inside the left upright. 3-0 the score. 10 minutes and 30 seconds remain in the first quarter of play, and Scripps Ranch has the early 3-zip lead over the St. Augustine Saints. You're listening to San Diego Section High School Football here on KBCSports.com. Jeff Kurtz with Doug Kurtz here on our website. Want to let you know that tonight's game is being brought to you by AllProStickers.com. AllProStickers.com provides all of the banners, business cards, and signage for KBCSports.com and can do the same for your business or school as well. You can contact Mike McGrath and his team at 619-994-6335. That's AllProStickers.com.
You know, next week, Jeff, we get a good look at one of the top North County teams, Carlsbad, on Thursday night. That's where our coverage picks up again. Carlsbad takes on Rancho Buena Vista. And if you can't make it to the ball game, you want to check it out by listening in for free on our website, KBCSports.com. Check us out again next Thursday.
7:05 kickoff time for that ball game. Carlsbad rated number 2 in the KBCSports.com top 10.
And I think deservedly so. That's a good
absolutely.
ball club.
Yeah, in fact, they are on pace right now to get the second seed at the Division I level after Torrey Pines, and that'd be a rematch if both teams can make it back to Qualcomm Stadium on Monday, December 4th, of last year's title matchup that Carlsbad won. Torrey Pines right now, according to the latest polls, would be the lone San Diego representative in the first ever state bowl championship, which you can listen to exclusively on KBCSports.com, the only place you can catch the CIF San Diego Section Championships or the Bowl Championships on the internet. As Porfala's kick after the field goal by the Falcons, he boots it into the end zone for a touchback, and so the St. Augustine Saints will have their first drive at their own 20-yard line.
Porfala, Jeff, hit his 5th field goal of the year there just a few moments ago, and he's among the leaders in points scored by kickers in San Diego County, and he also shows that he has a good leg for kickoffs too. And actually, you know, in a game where field position is important, your kicker can become a huge factor, and it's a good asset for Scripps Ranch.
We get our first look at Chris Forcier in the ball game. He's in the shotgun with the back to either side and is going to run the option on first down, take it up the middle, and a gain of 9 yards for Chris Forcier behind right guard, out to the 29-yard line, 2nd down and 1. St. Augustine has brought up a number of sophomores at wide receiver to step into roles, including Kwamanique Brandon up as a sophomore. Also, Anthony Campos has been getting some playing time, a sophomore as well. A number of JV players have moved up to the varsity squad here in the latter part of the year for St. Augustine. Forcier in the shotgun again, a back to either side. He's going to split out to the far side of the football field. Leland Kuntz, two receivers near side. Forcier takes a snap, running the option left-hand side. He's going to pitch it back to Larry Parker, who doesn't have a whole lot of room. Parker is going to be taken down at the 26-yard line. Nice pursuit by number 47. That was Giovanni Lark at linebacker, who chased Forcier, had him in his grasp, and then when Forcier pitched to Parker, made the tackle on Parker as well.
Yeah, he actually, Jeff, really disrupted that play by forcing Chris Forcier to roll out farther wide than he wanted to. He wanted to cut up field, and the linebacker forced him to run parallel to the or perpendicular to the sideline, right towards the sideline, and he just ran out of space and had to pitch it. And that's a big loss there on second down, bringing up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd, Doug, and 4, and a loss of 3 on the play, and St. Augustine's taking their time. We might have a timeout on the field. It is. It's an equipment timeout. Chris
Forcier on the sideline looking to get squared away.
Not sure what the issue was equipment-wise. Looked like he was messing with the hand towel that he wears to dry off his hands over the course of the game. Clock stopping with 8:57 to go in the first quarter. 3-0. Scripps Ranch leads it. A field goal, a 31-yarder from Porfala, capping off a drive that started at the Scripps Ranch 44-yard line, and now St. Augustine trying to answer back on their first possession. Forcier over center, two receivers either side, back to pass. A delayed handoff leads James, who has a little bit of running room across the 30, first down, out to the 39-yard line. Nice gain of 13 yards on the delayed handoff to James.
A nice sell of the delay by Chris Forcier, Jeff. He actually turned around and then just kind of slipped the ball to James like it was in his back pocket all along.
St. Augustine's been running that play more and more over the course of the season with a lot of success. First down, St. Augustine at their own 39-yard line.
Saints have not put the ball in the air yet, Jeff, and I expect they may do it right here.
One receiver to the far side, two to the near side, one back in the backfield, a tight end on the right. Handoff James, trying to bounce to the outside, gets the corner, 40, and spun down at the 43-yard line, a gain of 4. Second down and 6.
Nice block by the wide receiver, Dana Barbaro, to keep the cornerback off of that play, Jeff, and he was able to get positive yardage because of it.
Barbaro, another one of those youngsters that's brought up from the JV squad. He's just a freshman, Doug, 6'1", 170 pounds. That's a big freshman.
That's pretty good for a freshman. But he is still fairly much a lightweight out on the field at the senior level.
Barbaro splits out to the near side. A receiver to the far side. Man in motion from right to left. Forcier back to pass. Throws underneath. Hits the tight end. Pass complete. And spun down right at midfield. That was number 88, Jonathan Soto, with the catch. A gain of 7 yards and a first down for the Saints.
At 6'3" and 215 pounds, Soto is a pretty good target over the middle, and he can actually, Jeff, not only catch the ball, but take a hit and keep churning forward, which he did on that play. Spun out of the tackle, got a few extra yards at the end of that play.
The Saints had not employed a tight end through the first 5 games, at least not very often, but they've been going to that formation more and more as Kuntz heads out to the far side with Parker in the slot to the near side, Barbaro. Soto, the tight end to the left, James the lone setback. Forcier takes a snap over center, drops back, looking to his right, has time, now rolling to his left, looking left side, has more time, now he's going to step up and run with it, and he's going to be finally stopped. A sack for the Scripps Ranch Falcons. Call that one a coverage sack. Forcier is going to lose a yard back to the 49-yard line.
Right, and Chris Forcier, Jeff, needs to throw the ball away in that situation. I know he has a lot of confidence in himself to be able to create where there's nothing that's open, but he just needs to throw the ball away. He only had one wide receiver on the side of the field where he was well covered, and there were linebackers that were waiting for Chris Forcier to break and run. Just throw the ball away and take a 2nd and 10.
Instead, 2nd and 11 for the Saints. We're under 6:30 to go in the first quarter. Forcier in the shotgun, receiver near side, Barbaro, the short side. Now Barbaro in motion left to right, joining Parker and Kuntz on the far side of the field. Forcier takes a snap, drops back to pass. A screen pass underneath to James. I don't know how Forcier threaded it amongst 3 defenders. James, though, immediately tackled. A short gain down to the 48-yard line, a pickup of 3.
But it was read very well by Amin Batiki. And also Jeff Post in there, and they both were sensing screen. They laid off the pass rush and dropped back a few steps and were able to tackle the receiver right at the original line of scrimmage. short gain on that play.
Yeah, a pickup of 2, the officials say, to the 49-yard line. That's where James' knee touched down. Barbaro to the far side, Kuntz to the near side. One back in the backfield, James on 3rd and 9. Scripps Ranch playing good defense so far. Play action fake, rolling right is Forcier. He's got Soto underneath, but he's going to throw deep to Barbaro. Pulls it in at the 28-yard line. Out of bounds right there, and then a penalty marker. A late flag flying in. I think the officials are going to say a personal foul against Scripps Ranch, hitting Barbaro after he went out of bounds.
That was a tackle by Russell on that play, but great catch by Barbaro, running all out to haul that one in right at the sideline, Jeff.
A big game.
Excellent concentration by the wide receiver.
Absolutely, and Forcier had 2 options. He had Soto underneath or Barbaro long. He went to Barbaro, the completion, and then the personal foul against Russell. Tack on 15 yards to the end of that, and St. Augustine's in the red zone.
3 personal fouls already in this ball game. 2 for the Saints, 1 for Scripps Ranch.
In the first 6.5 minutes.
Costly mistakes, nothing intended. But those mistakes eat up a lot of yards.
The ball at the 14-yard line of Scripps Ranch. To the near side, Daniel Romero. 2 to the far side for the Saints. Soto lining up to the left-hand side. And now head coach Jerry Ralph is going to use his first timeout. They've got 2 remaining, Scripps Ranch with 3.
Well, we would like to recognize Congo Gear, who's helping to bring the broadcast tonight. Congo Gear with assorted urban wares for your street lifestyle. Check that out, their banner on our website. Check out their website. They have some great gear for you.
Also, Project Athlete, Core Orthopedic, the Kicking System, the law offices of Scott Tepper, the real estate offices of Dale Downing.
That's actually an important one.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to sell your house nowadays, and you want to maximize the return. There's a lot of houses on the market. You want somebody who can pay good attention to you. We recommend Dale Downing.
And thanks to all of our sponsors, allowing us to provide you with free internet sports programming here on our website. And boy, we're going to get busy, folks, throughout the rest of this month. Selection Saturday, just a few weeks away. Find out who St. Augustine or Scripps Ranch is going to be playing in the first round of the playoffs. Where are they seated? Find out where everybody's seated. You can hear it first here on KBCSports.com. Then follow us throughout the football playoffs all the way to the San Diego Section Finals on Monday, December 4th. And then the State Bowl Championship, the first in over 70 years in the state of California. That'll be Saturday, December 16th. 1st and 10, St. Augustine at the 14-yard line. And a man in motion from right to left is Barbaro. Forcier is going to hand off to James. James looking for the left corner. He gets inside the 10-yard line, down to the 8, a pickup of 6.
St. Augustine running on first down, Jeff, from the 14-yard line. And Leach James got some excellent blocks, lead blocks on the left side of the field. We have a penalty, though, at the end of the play. And the officials are calling that against St. Augustine. So this one will be coming back from the spot of the foul. It's a hold.
That's 10 yards.
Went off.
10 yards against the Saints. So much for a James 6-yard run. A lot of penalties.
5-yard penalty. Illegal block.
Oh, illegal block. A lot of penalties here in the early going, Doug. 5:19 to go in the first quarter. 3-0. Scripps Ranch leads it over St. Augustine. This is only the second possession of the game.
3 penalties for the Saints, 1 for Scripps Ranch, and another one that Scripps Ranch had that was declined. And we've only, as you said, gone halfway through the first quarter.
First down and 15 for the Saints at the 19-yard line of the Falcons. Man in motion right to left for St. Augustine. Forcier throwing underneath, hits Soto at the 14. Soto's going to take a couple of hits and get a couple extra yards down to the 12.
Forcier throwing that right over the middle, Jeff. It's a short pass, 5 yards downfield, in a lot of traffic. Kudos to him, that he has a rifle arm and a great focus and ability to get the ball right in there into the pocket of the receiver. But these linebackers, if they can get a beat on one of these passes, they can pick one off awfully easily.
The ball at the 12. Actually, the official spot at the 13. Okay, 2nd down and 9. 3 receivers far side, 1 near side for Forcier in the shotgun. Forcier takes the snap, quickly throws to Parker at the 12. Parker inside to the 10, the 5, end zone, touchdown, Larry Parker. What great blocking down the field by the St. Augustine Saints.
Yeah, great blocking by the wide receiver, and also Robert Hanlon, the offensive lineman, got off of his stance, Jeff, and moved immediately down the field. Those 2 blocks sealed the middle, and there was a nice avenue for the touchdown run.
Larry Parker was practically untouched, and he went through a lot of traffic to get into the end zone. 6-3, St. Augustine leads. Chris Forcier has his first touchdown pass of the game from 13 yards away, and now on for the extra point try. Brian Hughes, a sophomore kicker for the St. Augustine Saints. Larry Parker, the holder. It is a low kick. It hits the left upright and bounces through. Boy, that's like a game of pinball right there, and
hey, you'll take it.
Hughes takes it off the upright and gets the point, 7-3.
If you're the Saints, Jeff, you just hope that's the only kicking issue you have all game and that you just got away with one.
Well, St. Augustine has a 4-point lead. They respond to the Falcons' field goal with a touchdown. They lead at 7-3. Jeff Kurtz with Doug Kurtz here on KBCSports.com. You can buy a DVD of today's game in our KBC Sports store. All you have to do is click on Order Recordings right there in your media player, folks. You don't even have to leave your media player, but if you're so inclined, you can head over to our store, look under Football Video, select the game of your choice. We've covered every single St. Augustine Saints football game this season. Many are available to you in DVD form with our play-by-play. Have the game of your choice and a game that lasts a lifetime, brought to you by KBCSports.com.
Yeah, and I bet there are a lot of people that are going to be purchasing this game online, including the Forcier family. One of their only opportunities,
no doubt,
to have two of their sons playing head-to-head. And how often do parents get that opportunity at the high school level or beyond? It's just a rare treat. And so far, Jeff, both teams able to move the ball, but St. Augustine able to seal the deal and finish their drive. Scripps Ranch couldn't quite finish theirs. They got a field goal out of theirs.
Anthony Barrick ready to kick the football away. The return men for the Falcons, again at their own 10-yard line. Barrick's kick, returnable. This will be grabbed by Russell at the 11. Up the middle, 15, 20, 25 as a whole, 30, 35, 40 to the near side of the field and dives forward to the 46-yard line before he's wrestled down by number 24, Stephen Parra.
Well, Jeff, Brian Russell has not been a factor yet in the ball game. We thought we would see him as a factor at wide receiver, but he finally gets the ball first on the kick return and is able to create something there. And again, Jeff, two kickoffs that Scripps Ranch has had neither excellent return or a penalty tacked on to a return. They have good field position again.
35 yards on the return for Russell. Now Tate Forcier back on the field. Two receivers far side, one near side. He's in the shotgun with Torres to his right on first down. Forcier back to pass. And his pass is partially deflected and knocked down incomplete. That was number 71, Chris Poussin, with the deflection.
Poussin in at 6'3", Jeff. Tate Forcier 6'1". Poussin broke his block and was able to come in untouched at that point and is able to jump up very easily and block the pass.
Stop that slant pattern dead in its tracks. A receiver to either side for Forcier, who's over center. Torres, the lone setback. An H-back to the left-hand side. Forcier is going to hand off to Torres. Looking for room around the left corner. He's got it. Trying to bounce to the outside. Absorbs a hit. Knocked backwards and tackled at the line of scrimmage. Was that Manny Celadon who knocked him 3 yards back?
That was, Jeff.
Wow.
It was a great, solid hit because there is going to be a positive gain of at least a couple yards on the play. Instead, he's knocked back to the original line of scrimmage.
Unbelievable. Celadon flew up from safety. Torres had bounced to the outside and was looking to get to midfield, and Celadon knocked him back 3 or 4 yards. And
you don't usually see a vicious hit by a defensive back, but that was a pretty solid one.
And then a penalty against Scripps Ranch at the midfield marker.
Yeah, that was thrown deep in the secondary. And they're calling it against Scripps Ranch, so that has to be an illegal block of some sort downfield.
We didn't catch the signal from the officials, but the Falcons are moving backward.
10 yards.
That's a holding penalty, and that's going to push the Falcons back at their 35-yard line. It will remain second down, but now second down and 20. Two receivers far side for Forcier, two near side. Torres to his right. Forcier in the shotgun takes the snap and now is going to roll right. He's got a lead blocker in front of him. He's going to throw down the field. Nice touch pass to midfield to the 45 and out of bounds at the 44-yard line goes number 10, Alex McClellan. And Forcier getting a nice block by junior running back Cameron Bagby, who is actually there in place of Torres in the backfield. A first down for the Falcons. They pick up 21 yards.
Nice play and a nice pass. Forcier really teased Colin Hoffman, the defensive back. He threw it just over his hands. Hoffman thought he was going to be able to bring that one in. I think he probably thought he could have had an interception, but an excellent touch by Forcier.
Forcier is going to sprint out left out of the shotgun on second
Plenty of
down.
room to run.
He's going to run up the middle, trying to dodge to the outside. He's running around all over the place, still in the backfield. He's back to his own 40. 35 running for his life near side. 40 gets the pass away and throws incomplete. And he was tackled out of bounds. Nice pressure. Number 29, Connor Greenspan. Forcier, good to see that's a trait in the family where you run around, scramble a lot in the backfield, making like Michael Vick or Fran Tarkington, and then the ball falling incomplete. And I think you're right, Doug, as you mentioned, Chris Forcier trying to make something happen on his last possession. Might have been better served throwing the ball away. Tate, similar circumstance.
I'd say so. I can't imagine this Forcier family when these kids were toddlers running around up and down the hall. And parents probably couldn't have caught any of these guys. These guys elude all kinds of tacklers all over the field.
Two receivers either side on 2nd and 10 for Forcier, who's in the shotgun. A running back to his left. Takes a snap, drops back to pass. Looking left, here comes the pressure.
Out.
Spins up, steps up, throws, pass complete at the 35-yard line of St. Augustine, a gain of 9.
Well, Jeff, the elusiveness of the quarterback really was a factor on that play. It was a feigned elusiveness. Two defensive linemen are right in Forcier's face, and they expect him to run, and they end up colliding into each other. And Forcier is able to get the ball away, but
an incomplete pass. It looked like it had been caught, but two Saints defenders hit the receiver right at the point of the catch and knocked the ball loose. Nice job. It looked like a great play, but instead it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the Falcons back at the St. Augustine 44-yard line. 3:07 left in the first quarter. The Saints lead 7-3 over the Falcons.
3rd down and 10 here in Saints territory at the 44. Jeff, I would look for a big play. I say Scripps Ranch is going to look deep down the field.
McClellan in the slot far side with Wilberforce. 3 receivers to the near side for the Falcons. Forcier in the shotgun. Takes a snap, throwing deep. Middle of the field has a man open. Russell at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Scripps Ranch. From 44 yards away on a 3rd and 10.
Jeff, you have 3 wide receivers on the near side, and 2 of them are doing posts, and Russell's going deep. And one of the post patterns confused Larry Parker for just a moment, the cornerback, and he just missed a step. And that was all that Russell needed to get by him and get that touchdown.
Wow, what a pass from Forcier to Russell, 44 yards and a touchdown. 2:58 to go in the first quarter. It's now 9-7. The Falcons are on top. And the extra point try coming up here, Shaheen Porfala, who's already drilled a field goal from 31 yards. The holder, Bobby Parker. The snap a little high. Parker brings it down. It's deflected. But it gets inside the left upright. It's good. Boy, we've seen some odd-looking extra point attempts. One that St. Augustine knocked off the left upright. This one was partially blocked, but squeezed inside the left upright for the Falcons. 10-7 Scripps Ranch.
You got that right, Jeff. 2 fortunate extra points for both teams. That drive took 1 minute, 20 seconds, capped by the 44-yard touchdown reception to Russell. He also had the 35-yard kickoff return. So on that drive, Russell accounted for 89 yards.
Amazing.
Not
Russell.
bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Russell doing the yeoman share of the work there, but a great pass from Forcier, who certainly knows how to buy time with his feet. And now Scripps Ranch will be kicking off late in the first quarter of play.
Well, we want to remind you, folks, that your official webcaster for the State Bowl Championship Series is your home for high school sports, kbcsports.com. We're going to be covering all of the bowl championship ball games up in Carson. And if you can't make it to the ball games and you want to find out the results or follow along with the action, we are your choice. Please tune in. Those are in December, Jeff. I think people think that's a long ways away, but
just
October's almost over. We're right around the corner.
Porfala kicks off. Last one went in the end zone for a touchback, and it's a bit of deja vu as Parker sees the ball fly over his head in the end zone for another touchback. The Saints once again will start at their own 20.
Well, everything the Saints did offensively on their first drive worked. I certainly think that they're going to continue to mix it up. Not only keeping the ball on the ground, throwing the ball, but some of their deception plays, faking Forcier rolling out and handing off on a draw to Leach James at the middle. Look for some pitches, Jeff. And I bet that Coach Ralph has a few specialty plays in the playbook tonight. We may see a flea flicker or a halfback pass or something like that.
On first down, Chris Forcier back out on the field, puts a man in motion left to right, and now we got people moving all over the place. The Falcons jumping offside, and we'll wait to see if the Saints drew them off or the Falcons just jump. The officials having a short conversation. And this one going to be a dead ball penalty offside against the Falcons. Well, the field just got a little bit shorter for the Saints. They got 5 yards the cheap way.
That is simply unacceptable on the first play of a drive. Everybody should be set, ready to go. There's really no reason to anticipate the snap count on first down.
So now, first down and 5 for the Saints at their own 25-yard line. Forcier in the shotgun, receiver far side, 2 near side, 1 back in the backfield. The handoff to James across the 25-yard line, and he will be tackled at the 28, looking for room over left guard. A gain of 3, second down and 2.
Nice tackling by Scripps Ranch, Jeff. The Falcons' defensive line got their hands on James and wrapped him up, and got a couple of linebackers in on the play as well, including Giovanni Lark making the tackle.
Lark has been doing a good job at linebacker here in the early going for the Falcons. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Soto lining up at tight end to the right. Falcons show blitz, back off. Forcier throws underneath. It's Parker. He's got a first down. Parker extending to the 36-yard line.
They only needed 5 for the first down, and that was a 7-yard out. And then Parker breaks it back towards the middle a little bit and extends his hands to get to the 35-yard line. The officials won't give him that extra yard as he stretched.
Tried to buy every inch he could get. Clock stopping temporarily at the 2:15 mark here in the first quarter. 10-7, Scripps Ranch leads it. Only the second possession of the ball game for St. Augustine. 3 receivers to the far side for Forcier. James to his left. Forcier's in the shotgun. A receiver to the near side, the short side of the field. Forcier pump fakes left. Now looking deep down the sideline, and he's going to overthrow everybody. It's going to be picked off. Far side of the field. Was that Russell at the 30-yard line of the Falcons? Wow.
Brian Russell, Jeff, had enough separation from the wide receiver that he ended up acting like a wide receiver at that play. He had a better read on the Chris Forcier pass than the receiver did, and he was able to get there sooner and make the catch deep down the field. Chris really, Jeff, didn't have a chance on that play. His receiver never was able to outdistance the cornerback, and even if he threw the ball shorter, Brian Russell was going to have an opportunity to intercept that pass.
The ball at the 30 of the Falcons. Like a really good punt.
Well, you know, Brian Russell, Jeff, in the last few minutes has taken over this ball game.
2 receivers far side for Forcier, who's over center. Now the H-back moves into the backfield. Handoff Torres. He's going to plow over right guard and end up in a pile of St. Augustine Saints.
Get a hard-fought 3 yards on that play, Jeff. But if what Scripps Ranch has, Jeff, they have a couple of playmakers that can change momentum, and we're seeing one of them right here who's done that on 3 big plays, an interception, a big kickoff return, and a big touchdown reception.
1:30 to go in the first quarter. Forcier jogs into the huddle after getting the play call from the sideline. Quick Saints substitution checking into the ball game. Number 60, Nick Gomez. Forcier over center. He's got a tight end to the right, a receiver near side, 2 far side, 1 back in the backfield. Torres, and now we got the Saints jumping offside. 2 penalty markers. Wilberforce catching one of them on the far side of the field for the Falcons.
The Saints were pointing at the Scripps Ranch offensive line as if somebody had moved, and the officials agree with them.
It's a 5-yard penalty against Scripps Ranch. They're back at their 27-yard line. Second down and 13.
Brian Russell lining up in the slot on the far side of the field. Number 88 for Scripps Ranch. Wilberforce on the far side just next to him.
Forcier in the shotgun takes a snap on 2nd and 13. Throwing, and it was a comebacker to the receiver on the far side, Wilberforce, but Wilberforce just coming out of his break slipped and fell. The ball falls incomplete. 3rd down and 13 with 54 seconds left in the first quarter. Scripps Ranch trying to capitalize on the first turnover of the game. Brian Russell intercepting Chris Forcier on a long pass down the sideline. The Falcons, though, deep in their own end.
Bobby Erskine, the linebacker, Jeff, on a blitz on that play, forced, I think, Tate Forcier to throw the ball a little bit sooner than he would have liked. An untouched blitz. And the Saints are doing a pretty good job of blitzing from that direction, Jeff. They're laying off for about 1 second and then throwing that linebacker in full force, and no offensive lineman is picking him up. Of course, they don't have a running back either for help in blocking.
5 receivers this time for the Falcons, 3 to the near side. Forcier back to pass, looking, now rolling left, rolling back right. He's at his 5-yard line, folks. Now running out to the 10, 15, chase from behind, throws, pass, in and out of the hands of the receiver. What a great tackle in the open field. Number 22, Tim Barnes, jarring the ball loose. It would have been a first down.
Yeah, Barnes made that play, Jeff, because the ball was in the receiver's hands, but he just put his shoulder right into the body and the face of the receiver, and there was almost no way that he was going to be able to hang on.
And Daniel Lozier coming from the other side for a little wide receiver sandwich.
And sometimes brute force is the only thing that will separate a completion, and on that play it was the heavy hit that made the play.
Porfala ready to punt, standing at his own 13-yard line for the Falcons. Parker waiting to receive. He's at the 35-yard line of St. Augustine. High snap. Porfala gets it down, almost blocked. Beautiful high kick. Parker, fair catch, lets it bounce inside the 20, the 15, still rolling, and will die at the 10-yard line. What a great punt by Porfala.
A 60-yard punt. And, of course, it was helped out because Parker didn't fair catch the ball. I think he actually misjudged it, Jeff. He got a little bit out of position, a little bit too far forward, and the ball actually went over his head.
Wow, Porfala boomed it with the bounce, officially 63 yards. The line of scrimmage, the 27. The ball ends up at the 10-yard line. St. Augustine deep in their own end. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. 10-7. Scripps Ranch leads it over the Saints. Eastern League action. Scripps Ranch comes into the ball game 2-0. St. Augustine, 1-1 in league play. Chris Forcier, a touchdown and interception in the ballgame in the shotgun on first down. Here comes the blitz, low snap. Forcier fields it like a shortstop, throws underneath, hits Soto across the middle. 20, gets a block, 25, near sideline 30, and then down at the 33-yard line, a gain of 23 yards.
Beautiful, Jeff. That route was a little bit late in developing because Soto started off on the right side of the field and then came all the way across to the left side, and he hit him. Chris Forcier hit him right in stride, and he had an excellent block downfield by number 8, Anthony Campos, to allow him to get some extra yardage.
The Saints receivers do a great job blocking down the field.
Well, they have to because they get a lot of passes thrown downfield.
Yeah.
So you're in situations where you need to block man-on-man downfield.
Forcier in the shotgun again on first and 10 at his 33. He's going to roll out to the right-hand side, step up, throw as a man open, pass complete. Kuntz far side of the field and then driven out of bounds at the 44-yard line, a gain of 11. First down for the Saints, and
I really like Leland Kuntz. He's a junior, Jeff, 6'3", 195 pounds. He's got a lot of height, and he also has enough body on him, and he has great hands. On that one, he caught the ball with both of his hands outside or away from his stomach. He didn't use his body at all, and that was a bullet.
That completes the first quarter, folks. Scripps Ranch, a 3-point lead, 10-7 after the first 12 minutes of play. You're listening to San Diego Section High School Football here on KBCSports.com. Jeff Kurtz with Doug Kurtz live at Balboa Stadium. One of 6 games going on our website. We have our sports ticker up as well, and we will be updating games as we get scores. You can follow along on the bottom of your media player. Late in the first quarter, Chula Vista leading Eastlake 14-7 in a game taking place at Chula Vista High School.
What was that score?
14-7, Chula Vista over Eastlake.
That is a surprise.
Certainly is, and we've got other games going on. Point Loma against Hoover. We'll keep you updated on that ball game. That's one of interest if you're a St. Augustine Saints fan or a Scripps Ranch fan, because Scripps Ranch is Division II, so is Hoover. Point Loma, Division III, so is St. Augustine. Also, Steel Canyon at the Division III level. They're playing Helix this evening in a game that could decide the Grossmont South League title. Midway Baptist against Calipatria out in the Imperial Valley at the Division I level. Poway at La Costa Canyon. All those games here on KBCSports.com. Forcier with no backs in the backfield takes a snap over center, throws into the flat, and Scripps Ranch was all over that one. Pass intended for Leach James, not a lateral, incomplete. Second down and 10. The Saints now going left to right. Scripps Ranch then, of course, right to left. The ball at the St. Augustine 43-yard line.
Nice play by cornerback Boo Molinari.
That is
Love
a
that
great
name, Boo, but he He sensed that there was the wide receiver screen pass, so to speak, or something close to that, and he went right at the wide receiver or right off the line of scrimmage. And actually, Jeff, if he was looking for the ball, he would have picked it off.
And that
instead, he was looking for the receiver.
Lot of room on the field in front of Molinari if he'd been able to pick off that pass on this field turf field here at Balboa Stadium. Two receivers far side, Barbaro in motion right to left. James alone set back in the backfield behind Forcier, who takes the snap. Play action fake, rolls right, pass underneath Larry Parker, complete. Parker shakes a tackle at the 44 and is driven out of bounds at the 46-yard line. St. Augustine wants a penalty marker for a late hit on Parker, and here comes the flag.
Very, very late.
It was indeed. I think the official from the back judge was waiting for the sideline official to throw it, and when he didn't, fired it in there. Nice pass by the official on that penalty marker.
Well, if this is a penalty on a late hit, Jeff, you can credit Coach Jerry Ralph of the Saints with his theatrics on the sideline for getting the flag to actually be thrown. The officials were not going to throw a flag at all. The only other possible call on the field is to wave the flag off and say that it wasn't a late hit. But Larry Parker, Jeff, actually he got hit well before he went out of bounds and was able to keep his footing. They are calling the personal foul against Scripps Ranch at the end of the play, and Coach Sergio Diaz for the Falcons is livid. I don't blame him. Jeff, you got to throw that flag right away, or I say you don't throw it at all, because that was a tough call to make. Could have gone either way.
The officials that's a third time they've called a late hit out of bounds in this ballgame. That's been 3 of the 4 personal fouls.
Right, we have 4 personal fouls, and we've only played 12 minutes and 10 seconds in this game. We're only 10 seconds into the second quarter.
10-7, St. Augustine leads it. They're getting a first down, and they've got the ball now at the Falcon 44-yard line after the penalty. Barbaro to the near side. To the far side, Parker in the slot with Kuntz closest to the wide sideline. Far side of the field, the Scripps Ranch sideline. James alone set back. Soto at tight end to the right. Forcier surveying the defense over center. Puts Parker in motion from the slot left to right. Now back left goes Parker. Forcier takes a snap, bobbles it momentarily. Hands off on a delay to James. He's across the 40. Down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. Excuse me, I had said that the line of scrimmage was the 44. It was actually the 39. I don't know how I missed it by 5 yards, but there we are. And a 2-yard gain for Leach James, 2nd and 8.
Nice play by Dane Wilson Manuel, the junior linebacker, Jeff. He was the one shadowing Forcier on that, or James on that play, and he stepped up and made the tackle.
Forcier over center, 2 receivers either side. James the lone setback. Back to pass Forcier, looks left, pump fakes, now rolls right, away from trouble. He's going to run out of room, though, and he's going to throw it down the field. Dangerous pass, throws it away. Actually, in that case, once you leave the tackle box, you can just throw it out of bounds, and I'm surprised Forcier didn't do that. He was looking for James, missed him, but that could have been an interception.
Right. That was a split-second reaction by Chris Forcier, Jeff. And again, he's pushing the envelope just a little bit in this game. I know he's used to making plays where there looks like there's nothing happening, but on that throw, Jeff, 2 Scripps Ranch Falcons could have picked it off. And they came close.
3rd down and 8 at the Falcon 37-yard line. This time Forcier in the shotgun. James to his right, 2 receivers either side in a stack formation. One behind the other. Forcier back to pass. Sets up looking left. Pump fakes now rolling left. Trying to get open. Trying to get somebody open. Throws underneath, and he's going to one-hop his receiver far side of the field at the 29-yard line. That was Larry Parker, the intended target. Incomplete pass.
Great coverage by the Falcons on back-to-back plays, Jeff, and that has disrupted this drive. Looks like the Saints will have to go for a punt here. The ball is marked a 4th down and 8 from the 38.
Kind of in between territory. A little too far for a field goal. St. Augustine brings on the punting unit. First time we'll get a look at the punter, Scotty Miller. Miller back at his 47-yard line.
Let's see if they possibly fake it here.
That'd be a good opportunity. Parker is the up man, but the Saints going to play it straight up. Miller, the left footer, gets it away inside the 15. It's going to bounce around, and I think the Saints downed it at the 12-yard line. They did. Nice punt by Miller. 10:55 to go in the first half of play.
So often on a situation like that, Jeff, you're punting from the other team's 38-yard line. You get a punter who will put too much mustard on the kick, and it'll go straight into the end zone. But he was able to have the ball bounce at the 10, and it bounced actually backwards. So the Saints were able to down it and give Scripps Ranch very difficult field position to start their 3rd drive.
Yeah, this is the worst field position of the game for the Falcons.
Right, their average starting field position is their own 45-yard line. Not bad.
And in fact, it's turned into a battle of field position here from late in the first quarter to now. Forcier, Tate Forcier, that is, over center on first down. He'll hand off to Torres. Torres looking for room over left guard. And hello, Bobby Erskine, who once he gets his paws on you, you are going down. And that's going to be a gain of 1 for Torres.
The last few times that the Falcons have run the ball, they've run it right up the middle, and they've been stuffed.
You know,
You've either got to have an offensive line that's going to create some holes, or you got to start using some more creative play calling.
Well, the Saints defense is anchored by Bobby Erskine, and I'm telling you, that guy, watching him play over the last 2 years, what a linebacker. He's like a magnet for anybody with a football. I mean, really, once he gets his hands on you, it's like a tractor beam. You are going to be tackled. I haven't seen him miss a tackle in the last year and a half as Forcier is going to hand off. No, he's going to keep it, a nice fake, and he's throwing deep, looking for Parker, and a great ball fake by Forcier. I thought he handed off to Torres. The pass, though, incomplete as Parker trying to get the ball at the Saints' 40-yard line, and Forcier showing his gun in the end zone with a guy in his face off one leg, hits the 35.
Well, yeah, he whistled that ball, Jeff, about 55 yards in the air and overthrew his receiver.
Oh, at least. Wow, 10 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Clock stopping on the incompletion. 3rd down and 9 at the Falcon 13-yard line. Wilberforce splits out to the near side. To the far side, Parker, all 6'6" of them. Double tight ends, one back in the backfield for Forcier. Hands off to Torres on a delay. Torres up the middle, and once again, not a whole lot there. He's going to eke out another yard to the 14-yard line, but that is it.
Yeah, Jeff, I don't understand that call, except the only thing I can think of is you're backed up deep in your own territory. You don't want to get a sack on 3rd and long from the 15-yard line, but that was not a play that looked like it was going to generate a first down.
3 and out for the Falcons. Maybe just keeping the running game going to try to keep the Saints honest.
But maybe a little bit of concern by the pass rush on the previous play.
Perhaps. Punting unit on for the Falcons. Porfala standing at his goal line. Saints winning the battle of field position, but the last time Porfala got a 63-yarder off. This time he's angling it away from Parker. It's going to bounce to Parker at his own 46-yard line. He's heading up the field near side across midfield to the 45. Gets a nice block, 40, down the sideline, 30, and then out of bounds at the 25-yard line. What a huge block. Once again, who is that? Was that number
Chris
56?
Rinder.
Chris Rinder, number 35. Wow, Rinder, a huge block, and Parker, a great return.
Parker bounces, the ball bounces in the middle of the field. He picks it up at his own 45. He does 2 things on that play, Jeff. One is he does a stutter step to his right. He's running at full force, then stutter steps and throws off a defender that was on pace to catch him. And then he keeps going to the right sideline, Jeff, and got that great block by Chris Rinder. Nice ceiling block to create a little bit of an avenue, which he ran right down the sideline. Tiptoed down that sideline to get some extra yardage.
That's a 29-yard punt return by Parker, and the Saints in business at the Falcon 25-yard line. On first down, Forcier takes the snap, hands off James. James up the middle and stumbles down, tripping over a defender at the 20. A gain of 5.
Leach James has really good feet there, Jeff. A lesser back would have been tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but he's able to dance in between 2 of his blocking backs, blocking linemen. And he's also, Jeff, he always is moving forward. He's always moving the ball downfield. So even there, as he's falling to the turf, he gets an extra yard or 2 rolling towards the end zone.
Yeah, James is a north-south runner, that is for sure. Doesn't spend a lot of time going east and west. Offset I formation to the right behind Forcier, who takes a snap. Hands off to James again. James breaks into the clear, 15, and then upended at the 10. Rips off 10 yards and a first down.
The offensive line for the Saints, Jeff, has got to be feeling pretty good. And when you're moving the ball down the field and your offensive linemen are blocking the defensive linemen 3 or 4 yards back off the line of scrimmage, they just want to keep getting running play after running play after running play, and this is an excellent area of the field to keep doing that.
St. Augustine can actually get a first down here, Doug. The ball just inside the 11-yard line, so the first down marker at the half-yard line. Kuntz to the near side for the Saints. Offset I formation to the left-hand side behind Forcier as Erskine in at fullback. The handoff, James, and James is going to be stopped for a loss back at the 14 as
somebody missed a block.
Yeah, Erskine was trying to get there, and the linebacker on the outside did a nice job slipping inside Erskine's block and making the hit.
Excellent play by the linebacker, Jeff. I didn't see who it was, but Erskine was the lead blocking back on the play. was supposed to step up and make that block near the line of scrimmage. Instead, he was about 2 yards deep into his backfield, and that was too late to make contact with the linebacker.
The officials are going to say a loss back to the 12-yard line, 2nd down and 12. 7:38 and counting here in the first half. Forcier in the shotgun, takes a snap, looking to his left, looking over to his right, looking left again. He's got all kinds of time. A man breaks open. Kuntz, he makes the catch. Touchdown.
Great intuition by Kuntz, Jeff. His route was to the corner of the end zone on the far side of the field, and he's hanging around there and sees that Forcier is in trouble, and so he's on the move. He goes towards Forcier, out of the end zone a little bit, and then cuts back up towards the middle of the field and back into the end zone, and Forcier saw his direction and hit him on the run. A great play, pitch and catch.
Great job by the offensive line as well. Chris Forcier had all day to throw. And looked right, left again, and then hit Kuntz for a 14-yard touchdown. The snap low. Parker has to pick it up. He's scrambling around, and he's going to fumble the football, or no? He was tackled. Now we got a penalty marker in there.
I think that's just for an illegal pass.
Oh, that could be. Either way.
The bobbled, was it a bad snap?
Intentional grounding. It was a snap that was low, and Parker tried to short hop it and was unable to get the handle on the football. The extra point, no good, and we've got a 13-10 score with 7:25 remaining in the second quarter of play. You're listening to KBCSports.com's coverage of the San Diego section. 6 games going on our website currently. Scoring updates available for you. Just check our media player ticker going on right below the media player that you're listening to right now, as updates pouring in from the other games we are covering, and we will update them as quickly as we get those scores.
A little bit of a shocker, Jeff, in the South County with Eastlake losing to Chula Vista by 14.
21-7 in the second quarter.
And then there's that big game up in the North County.
Poway trailing La Costa Canyon 7-0 after 1. Meanwhile, Steele Canyon on top of Helix 14-7 at Helix High School. No update yet in the Hoover Point Loma game. No update in Midway Baptist Calipatria.
Got to wonder about that game, Jeff, because of all the fires out east. You wonder if a lot of smoke is disruptive to the players on the field. It's tough to get some oxygen. You've got the Santa Ana winds, too, so you've got a lot of hot, heavy air, and it's hot out there.
It's a warm evening
it feels
here.
like it's September,
Yeah, it certainly does.
Instead of being just a few days away from November.
Very comfortable evening. A lot of people in shirt sleeves here in San Diego. Saints fake the onside kick. Barrick ready to kick the ball away. Russell to the right-hand side. To the left, the backup running back, Cameron Bagby.
Let's see if they kick it away from Russell, who's had 2 pretty good returns.
Good call, Doug. This is going to be Bagby, who's going to let it bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Bagby fortunate there, rolling the dice a little bit as if the ball had taken a bounce the other direction. That's a live football, but Bagby lets it roll into the end zone, and the Falcons will start this drive at the 20.
Good call by the Saints.
Yeah, I'd have none of Russell at this point. He's showing he's a big play guy.
And Barrett can keep it away from him, and he did so on that one.
Well, and that's what Coach Sergio Diaz was telling us before the game. He said, look, we've got a lot of good receivers, but Brian Russell is a playmaker. And he is our stud out there, and you can see why. He's got a touchdown pass for 44 yards. He's had a couple of big returns. This time the Saints avoid him.
And he had an interception.
Tate Forcier, that's right, defensively. Tate Forcier puts Torres to his left, Forcier in the shotgun. 3 receivers far side, 1 near side. The Saints rushing 3. Now sending a blitzing linebacker 4. Screen pass underneath to Torres, who makes the catch. We got a penalty marker down. Torres slips a tackle, slips another, and gets out to the 22-yard line. But we may have a personal foul late hit against Tate Forcier.
Roughing the passer.
Yep.
Let's see what they call, Jeff, but I like the play call, a screen pass. It's almost like a run. You aren't able to run the ball up the middle, and so it's a way to do sort of a hybrid run. And on that play, it did get positive yardage.
But a roughing the passer penalty, Doug, against
so that will mean
the Saints.
Yeah, that Scripps Ranch will get more than they bargained for on that play.
5th personal foul of the football game. Wow.
And I wouldn't even say it's been a dirty game.
No, it hasn't, but just amazing the number of personal foul penalties here in the first quarter and a half.
Officials calling a tight ball game. They're not going to let a rough hit on the quarterback, Jeff, or a late hit out of bounds. Anything that's close, they're going to call.
Yeah, that's for certain. I mean, that one was obvious, but there have been a couple calls along the sidelines, a late hit that have been borderline. Could have gone either way.
For sure.
2 to the far side. 2 to the near side. Doug improving his street cred. Forcier in the shotgun. Torres to his left. Forcier calling for the snap, the delayed snap. He drops back to pass, now steps up in the pocket, and he's going to be sacked. And the ball loose, but the officials are going to say Forcier already down back at the 32-yard line, the line of scrimmage, the 36, a loss of 4. First sack of the ball game of Tate Forcier. Second down and 14 for the Falcons.
Actually, they had another sack on an earlier play where a loss of 1.
That's right.
Almost not a sack, but officially it is counted.
That's right, Doug. Very
nice
good.
Pass rush on that play, Jeff. They kept the pocket, and they forced Forcier to have to go right up the middle where they had the help.
3 receivers far side. Forcier in the shotgun, Torres to his left. A receiver to the near side. Forcier takes a snap. Quick pass to the right. Russell out in space across the 30, out to the 35-yard line. He'll make up 3 of the 4 yards they lost on the sack, but it'll be 3rd and 11 for the Falcons at their own 35.
Defensively, Tim Barnes making a great play, Jeff. He was supposed to be blocked by the wide receiver to aid Russell moving down the field, and he just got around that block and forced Russell back into the middle of the field where he had linebacker support.
Forcier in the shotgun again is back to his left, short side of the field, 3 receivers. Now Forcier is going to change the play. Step up under center, a receiver to the near side. Forcier takes a snap, looking left, sees one-on-one coverage with Wilberforce against Celadon, and Celadon breaks up the pass. Nice defense by Manny Celadon.
The pass was thrown a little bit behind on the play, and otherwise I say that that would have been a completion. Wilberforce is a bigger guy, and he has enough body that he could have shielded the defender from getting his hands on the ball. Instead, it's thrown over his shoulder behind him, and it was a nice breakup by Celadon.
5:43 to go in the second quarter, and now
officials
timeout on the field. Scripps Ranch is going to have to punt the football away.
Yes.
Parker,
a bad spot.
Oh, is that what it was?
Move the ball back a couple of yards.
Down
so the ball's marked at the 34-yard line for this punt.
As
Larry
Porfala standing back at his 20. Larry Parker awaiting the punt at the 30. Porfala's had a couple of good punts so far. Last one was returned. Nice high snap. Porfala pulls it in, gets the punt away. Parker is going to let it bounce and let it go inside the 20. And it's going to be actually the Falcons thinking that Parker had touched the football. At least that's what Bagby thought. And they might have let it roll a little bit further, but Bagby was racing into the end zone. Instead, the officials say Bagby downs the ball at the St. Augustine 14. Either way, a great punt by Porfala.
Few boos from the Scripps Ranch side of the field. They were hoping that there was some contact between return man and the football, but no on the call. Scripps Ranch is starting to fill up their side of the stadium. I know the Saints have a pretty good turnout. Late arriving tonight, a lot of traffic on a Friday night coming downtown. But I figured there would be a good crowd for the Forcier Bowl, and that is it's shown up a little late like a Dodger game, but they're here now.
On first down, Chris Forcier is going to hand off to James. James over right guard for good yardage, a gain of 9, out to the 23-yard line.
Leach James, Jeff, and the offensive line of the Saints starting to build up some momentum. Being able to move the ball here on first down, gain of 9, sets up a lot of good play calls for a second and short. You can afford to throw the ball down the field or roll Chris Forcier out and make him run the ball. Or give him the opportunity to run the ball.
Second down and 1 for the Saints. A receiver to the near side, Barbaro. Offset eye behind Forcier, who gives it to James. James trying to bounce it to the outside. Nice straight arm. James has the first down. Good tackle in the open field. That was Russell, who got straight armed and still made the play, but James only needed a yard, and he gets out to the 28-yard line.
Well, Jeff, the missed extra point is the reason that the Saints are ahead 13-10 in this game. That has featured a lot of scoring, but things have settled down in the last few minutes, and there's not a lot of wild offensive action right now.
Forcier in the shotgun with 2 backs is going to fake it to James. Trying to run is Forcier, and he's going to be hit and stopped by number 5, Elliott Hamilton.
That's a sack.
Well, actually, it looked like a design run at that point in time. Forcier had tucked the ball away. I'm not quite sure how you would score that. I mean,
well,
it
it's a
wasn't back
loss
to pass
on the play either way.
Certainly.
and that's all that matters. It'll bring up
second down and 11. The ball back at the 28-yard line now of the Saints. St. Augustine with 2 timeouts remaining. Scripps Ranch has all 3 of theirs. The clock winds down to the 4:05 mark in the second quarter. St. Augustine leading 13-10. 2 receivers to the near side, the short side of the field. Romero in the slot, Barbaro closest to the sideline. Kuntz, far side of the field. Offset eye behind Forcier, who's in the shotgun. Barbaro in motion now right to left. Forcier takes his time, takes the snap, gives it to James. James on a counter across the 30, hits a tackler, and finally gets stacked up by a host of Falcons at the 34-yard line. A gain of 6.
Led by Elliott Hamilton on the play to make the tackle. But he gets half of it back on 2nd and long. And now the Saints in an interesting situation, Jeff. The clock is running. They're keeping the ball on the ground, keeping the clock running now with 3:20 left in the half. And you got to think that you got to go for the first down. You might not get the ball back until the second half.
3rd down and 5 for the Saints at their own 34. Forcier in the shotgun, hands it off. First down across the 40 out to the 43-yard line. That was number 21, Daniel Butler, who gets his first carry of the game, and it's a productive one, a first down.
A big one. This keeps the chains moving and keeps the ball out of Scripps Ranch's hands. The ball's now at the 43-yard line, and the Saints, who started this drive deep in their own territory, I believe at their own 12-yard line or 11-yard line, now starting to move the ball out towards midfield.
Forcier over center with one back in the backfield. A man in motion, and now we've got whistles, and it looks like the Falcons are going to use their first timeout. They've got 2 remaining with 2:50 to go in the half. Folks, today's game is being brought to you by allprostickers.com. For all the banners, business cards, and signage you might need, why not go with the pros? They're the same ones who supply us with everything we need here at kbcsports.com, and that's allprostickers.com. They'll also make your logo for you if you're so inclined. Mike McGrath and his team ready to serve your business or school-related needs. 619-994-6335. That's allprostickers.com.
Well, they make our banners. They look pretty sharp.
They do. You might have seen them if you happen to watch the Prep Pigskin Report on KUSI in the evenings. You might see them from time to time up on your screen as we tend to put them towards the end zone for maximum TV exposure.
Well, Jeff, how would you grade the 2 quarterbacks so far? We're almost through the first half.
You know, everything is advertised. I mean, it's like looking at, it's like Chris Forcier dons the Falcons jersey. I mean, the players very similar in styles. I've been very impressed. Our first look at Tate Forcier. He's got a great arm and just as quick as his brothers. Meanwhile, Chris Forcier, senior leader for the St. Augustine Saints, he's got a CIF championship under his belt. He's the only Forcier who can say that so far.
Well, Jeff, I think both defenses have also done a pretty good job of adjusting. Excellent coverage downfield on pass plays.
As a handoff, James will run out of bounds near midfield.
Takes a pretty good lick by number 22 as he goes out of bounds. Daryl Steckler sticks him. Stickler on that play.
A gain of 7 for James, and the clock will stop with 2:31 to go in the half. Saints conserving their time.
Clock is running. The officials say that he was in bounds.
Well, how about that? All right. Looked like it stopped for a moment, but then the officials started back up again. 2:20 and counting. Forcier on 2nd and 3 at midfield. Has 2 receivers to the far side. One to the near side is Kuntz. James the lone setback. Soto lining up at tight end. Now Soto's going to step back and go in motion. Far side of the field. H-back, number 25, Daniel Romero. Handoff James over the left-hand side. He's down into Falcon territory, tackled at the 40, and now the clock will stop temporarily as the chains move, a gain of 10.
Well, excellent pushes by the offensive line. That went over left tackle. And, Jeff, there's a lot of room to run down the field because these offensive linemen are pushing the defensive line backwards on that play about 5 yards. Everybody's on their heels. The Scripps Ranch has to bring some extra linebackers up, and that may create some opportunities with the passing game later on in this drive.
Saints lead by 3 points, 13-10. Forcier in the shotgun on first down, keeping it on the ground. James over right guard. Inside the 35, down near the 32-yard line. A gain of 7 at least, maybe 8, and the clock down to the 1:35 mark in the half. St. Augustine still with 2 timeouts they can use. Ball spotted at the 33 of the Falcons, 2nd down and 3.
Hobbling off the field for St. Augustine is their tight end, Jonathan Soto.
That could be a big loss for the Saints. He's made a number of good catches across the middle in the football game. Romero in the slot to the far side with Barbaro, near side Kuntz. 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff to Romero, or Butler, I should say, inside the 25, 20, bounces the outside, 15, 10, 5. Did he get in? No, he stepped out of bounds at the 2-yard line. What a run by Daniel Butler. 1:04 left, and St. Augustine has it first and goal at the 2 after a big gain of 31 yards.
The Saints keeping the ball on the ground, Jeff, almost entirely on this drive.
Wow.
And it has paid off. And you had to wonder at some point, when do you have to start passing? Because you're running out of time. You're running out of time. But with the big pickup on that play, they're now inside the 5-yard line with 1:04 left. This is almost perfect timing on this drive.
First and goal for the Saints. Offset I formation to the right-hand side with Butler at fullback, and then James dotting the I, and we're going to have a timeout, Scripps Ranch. They're going to use their second timeout. They've now got one remaining. You surprised, Doug, the Falcons calling a timeout here as opposed to, they're probably going to get the ball back with about 40 seconds left. They're only going to be working with one timeout, though.
Right. Well, they may not be able to do much with the ball coming back to them. Jeff, honestly, I think they're playing to try to keep the Saints out of the end zone here. They're down 13-10. If they can force the Saints to kick a field goal, then they're within a touchdown at halftime. I think they're playing defensive-minded in their decision-making here, and I think it's a good one. Saints have kept the ball on the ground the entire drive. And do you think that you play against a run up the middle in this kind of a situation?
Well, I would think so, but now St. Augustine with two backs plus a quarterback, any of whom could take the ball into the end zone and score a touchdown.
Well, and Coach Diaz, Jeff, has to be concerned that on that last play, Daniel Butler, the other back who doesn't get a lot of action, was able to so easily move down the field off of the blocking off the right side of the offensive line.
Same formation for the Saints. Barbaro right up against the tight end on the right. Offset I, handoff James. James hits the line of scrimmage, and then a second effort gets him into the end zone. Touchdown. James hit at the 2, bounces off a wall of defenders, gets around the left side, and punches it in from 2 yards out. And with 59 seconds left in the half, St. Augustine's extended their lead to 19-10. And now will St. Augustine go for 2 or elect to just get the extra point here?
Well, if they kick the extra point, they'll have a 10-point lead, so I would expect them to do that. Jeff, Leach James gets hit right at the line of scrimmage, and the initial stop was there by the Falcons, but nobody wrapped him up, not even at the feet. They tried to just hit him, and they never wrapped him up, and he's able to keep pushing forward.
Brian Merhughes on for the extra point try, and it is good. 20-10, St. Augustine leads it with 59 seconds left in the half.
Well, I think Scripps Ranch, Jeff, has to be a little bit concerned about that they first of all, offensively, they didn't score in the second quarter, at least not yet. And their offense is sort of stagnated. And now St. Augustine has been able to move the ball so easily, and it's been on the ground game, and they're being dominated at the line of scrimmage right now. We'd like to recognize that some of the sponsors that provide our service to you for free. You can listen to 6 games tonight on the internet, all absolutely free, and get a window into the high school sports world in San Diego. Let's recognize Project Athlete, who helps athletes around the county step up their game for their seasons, and Core Orthopedic, Jeff, as well as the Kicking System. 3 great sponsors who help keep high school athletes doing their thing. The Kicking System, I guess a guy like Shaheen Porfala is a guy that is a typical person who would have come out of the kicking system. He's got a heck of a leg. He's been kicking a couple of kickoffs into the end zone tonight. He hit the field goal to start out the game.
Number of great kickers in the San Diego section that have utilized
soccer players. I mean, there are all types of people that use the kicking system, and we've referred a few of them through our broadcast as well. We certainly appreciate the kicking system's business, and we appreciate you patronizing our sponsors.
Getting ready to kick off. Barrick. Last time he kicked the ball away from the ever-dangerous Brian Russell. That's a good idea. Cameron Bagby, I should say, also back to receive. As Barrick is staring at them, Bagby to his left, Russell to the right. Barrick going to kick it on the ground. It's going to get through everybody to Russell at the 12-yard line. Up the middle, 15, 20, 25, bouncing to the outside, 30, spin move, and then tackled to the 32-yard line. A return of 20 yards. Decent field position for the Falcons. They've got 52 seconds and 1 timeout to work with.
Well, with the Porfala as your kicker, Jeff, you got to think that you need to get to about the 30-yard line minimum to get a decent field goal here. That would be about a 47-yarder. So you need to pick up about 40 yards in 52 seconds and with one timeout. Those odds are against you, but you do have a guy like Tate Forcier who can create a lot of offense here.
And he's got 3 receivers to the far side, the wide side of the field, 2 to the near side. Forcier takes a snap, looking to his right, sets up, throws a bullet, and the pass is dropped by Bobby Parker. And we got a late hit against St. Augustine after Parker had dropped the football. Boy, the officials are all over this football game.
Fans don't like that call at all, Jeff.
Well, that's
an incomplete pass, obvious incompletion. The cornerback coming from behind did hit the receiver in the back. He may not have seen that the ball was dropped, and it wasn't a heavy hit either.
And head coach Jerry Ralph of the St. Augustine Saints would like an explanation. And he's getting one from the head official. That's going to be 15
he's not going to like the explanation. That is what, the 6th personal foul?
4 against St. Augustine, 2 against Scripps Ranch. A first down for the Falcons out at their own 47-yard line. 6 seconds go off the clock. They get 15 yards on the penalty.
And that's what they need, Jeff. They need to pick up about twice as many yards as seconds come off the clock.
Well, Porfala's got quite a leg. Forcier this time 3 receivers near side, 2 far side. And what do we got? We got
maybe a timeout?
Well, Scripps Ranch only has 1 to use. They don't want to burn it here, but the officials
haven't called a thing here.
Yeah, officials timeout perhaps.
Maybe the ball was that the officials hadn't called the ball live.
Probably that was the case. It looks like the Falcons were ready and the officials were not. Now the Falcons are going to huddle up. I'm not sure why. Oh, well, the penalty marker causes the stoppage of play, so Scripps Ranch says we have a little bit of time. Let's huddle and talk about it. 3 receivers to the far side of the field for Forcier. Now Russell coming back to the near side, so 3 receivers near side of the field. Forcier all by his lonesome in the backfield.
Only
takes the snap, and now we've got a whistle and a timeout. St. Augustine.
Coach Ralph, the man in motion, Brian Russell, came to the near side, Jeff, and there were 3 receivers on the near side, but only 2 defensive backs. Now, I don't think you want to cover 3 receivers with 2 players. So Coach Ralph saw it and called the timeout before the ball was snapped.
You know, it's been a while since I've taken high school math, but from what I recall, those are not
3 on
odds
2 is an advantage.
Yes, for your offense. And so now the Saints with 1 timeout remaining, as the Falcons also have a timeout left. And Doug Porfala, he's kicked every single kick into the end zone for touchbacks for the Falcons. You got to be thinking his range is about 47 yards. The Falcons need 23 more. They're at the 30-yard line.
Right. They need to get to the Saints 30, I think, to have a decent opportunity for a field goal. They trailed 20-10, so a field goal helps them. They need a field goal and a touchdown to tie the ball game.
Now, St. Augustine will get the ball to start the second half of play. So that being the case, the Falcons want to get some kind of points on the board here going into the half, cut it to a 1-possession ball game. Obviously, a touchdown would be ideal for the Falcons, but 3 points would certainly help. They're trailing 20-10 is Scripps Ranch. 3 receivers far side, 2 to the near side for Forcier. Forcier, after the St. Augustine timeout, silent snap count, drops back to pass, now steps up, stepping to his right, throwing down the field. 2 receivers there. One of them pulls it in, but
number 10.
Incomplete pass as almost coming down with it inbounds was McClellan. He went up with teammate Bobby Parker. They both ended up in the same area. McClellan gets the football but falls out of bounds, incomplete. 2nd down and 10 at the Falcon 47-yard line. 40 seconds left in the half.
Confusing pattern on that play, Jeff. When you have 2 receivers ending up in the same real estate, that's somebody made a mistake. You don't design plays like that.
And Parker standing 6'6", Alex McClellan 6'3". It's a lot of height at wide receiver. 3 receivers to the far side, the short side of the field, 2 to the near side as the Falcons stick to a 5-receiver set. Forcier in the shotgun, takes the snap. Here comes the blitz from the outside. Forcier running for his life, started left, heads back right, throws down the field into traffic, and we got an incomplete pass. Parker doing a nice job defensively on Russell. Russell thought he might have been hit a little bit early, but no such luck. Incomplete, 3rd and 10.
Well, Jeff, now a sense of urgency that Scripps Ranch, they actually haven't earned a single yard on this drive. They had the 15-yard penalty that got them to their own 47-yard line, and now 2 back-to-back incomplete passes. Quite honestly, Tate Forcier is getting absolutely no time to throw the ball.
Yeah, the Saints defensive line, even rushing 3 down linemen, maybe sending a blitzing linebacker on occasion. They're getting enough pressure on Forcier, and they're keeping him in the pocket.
Right.
3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. That's the wide side of the field, the near side. Forcier in the shotgun, 4 down linemen this time for the Saints. Man in motion, Russell gets the handoff, heading to the near side. trying to get to the corner, cutting up field and tackled at the Saints' 49-yard line. A nice tackle in the open field by number 14, Colin Hoffman.
That may be the last play of the half. If I were Scripps Ranch, Jeff, it's 4th down. You're at the 50-yard line. I would let the clock run down, call a timeout, and you get one Hail Mary in the end zone before the half. Don't give the ball up to St. Augustine.
That's a good idea. The clock down to 4, 3, and Scripps Ranch, with 2 seconds left, is going to use their last timeout. They have the ball at the St. Augustine 49. Forcier is already connected to Russell for 44 yards and a score in the first half of play.
So the advantage here, Jeff, some people would say, well, why don't you just call your timeout sooner and try to get a first down or try to get into field goal position and have time for that one extra play, the field goal opportunity. But the problem is you're at the 50-yard line, and if you do go for a play and there's any time left over and you're incomplete or on a 4th down, the Saints will take over at the 50-yard line, or you get a sack. Even worse, all of a sudden the Saints are taking over in your territory. So this is a very low-risk situation. You've got the one play, you're at the 50, you know the Saints aren't going to be able to score, so why not take a shot at the end zone?
The Saints are dropping 4 defensive backs, starting at their own 30-yard line. 4 receivers to the far side for Forcier, 1 to the near side. As Forcier on the last play of the first half takes the snap, drops back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Forcier rolling to his left. Now back to his right. He's at his own 30-yard line, trying to get the corner at the 25, heading upfield 30, 35, stopping at the 40, running back to the near side. Now he's still behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to throw deep into the end zone, into the corner to Russell, and it's deflected away by Manny Celadon. Incomplete pass. Well, what an eventful play. Tate Forcier looking for a pass interference call. Do we have any? We do have a penalty marker down. If anything, I think it's against Tate Forcier. I think he crossed the line of scrimmage. But now the officials having a quick conversation. The clock has struck 0. St. Augustine leading 20-10. The penalty marker has been picked up. Incomplete pass. We finished the first 24 minutes of football here at Balboa Stadium. Jeff Kurtz with Doug Kurtz here on KBCSports.com. 20-10 the halftime score. St. Augustine leads it over Scripps Ranch. Doug and I are going to take about a 12-minute break, leave you with some music, then come back with a short halftime show. We'll see you on the flip side. 20-10, the Saints over the Falcons.